Hi, good evening guys. This is the multi-stitcher. My name is Naomi and I'm from Malta. This is my first Flosstube. Something to introduce about myself. I live in Malta. I'm a teacher of IT and computing. I have been teaching for 5 years. And apart from that, I'm also a tennis coach, part-time. I've been playing for 23 years and I don't go back. It's part of my life basically. Something apart from tennis, something which I started very recently is cross-stitching, and it's which I find very therapeutic and it helps my mental health. But however, although I started like about a few months ago, when my sister and I were younger, my grandmother used to teach us different crafts. And one of the crafts was basically cross-stitching. However, I didn't even notice that it was something which I was really interested up until COVID, where I started seeing a lot of Flosstubers doing very interesting projects, beautiful projects, especially full coverage. However, I didn't want to start with basically very huge projects. So how I'm going to and it's basically that's how I started. So in order to give you a recap of how I'm going to split my video is this. So I'm going to show you first a few finishes that I have, then I show you my WIPS and also my plans for this year. I do not have a lot of finishes because I've started stitching basically around end of last summer, so close to September, October. So basically my first finish is basically framed, and this is my framed project, which I'm going to give this project give me a chance so that I would try to see whether I would be able to show you better. Is this showing? Yes. This is basically my finish, and I'm going to give this project a gift to my grandmother to show my appreciation and love for this project. This was a kit which I bought in a store, in a local store. And it used anchor threads, and I thought I'd start like that to see whether I would be, and I would love the craft in order not to buy a lot of projects, you know what I mean, and start that much, you know. So after finishing this project, which it took around 4 days, I started liking the cross stitch so much that I started watching a lot of Flosstubers, and I bought different kits apart from that. Another finish which I have is it's a project for my boyfriend, which it was about Lord of the Rings. It was one of the scenes where the people would actually cross the river with those two statues. I do not have a final project because it's framed at my boyfriend's, but I'll show you a picture. My third project is this cute little Minnie Mouse, and it's a gift for a baby girl. My sister has a colleague who recently got pregnant with a girl, and she told me to actually stitch this, and I stitched it for her. It's washed, it's framed, it needs to be framed. I'm going to show you again. It's washed, it just needs to be framed. It's a very cute project. It doesn't, although it's it's a small size, it has 30 colors, which I found that it was really good for this project. Apart from that, I have my fourth one, which I thought it's a complete satisfaction for me, because it's my second counted project. However, it's full coverage, so I thought that I made a huge accomplishment of myself. This is where my parents found out that I'm actually good in this craft, because they didn't realize that I was interested in this craft up till when I finished this vase. These flowers in a vase, because it was my first counted full coverage, and this is where I realized that I loved counted more than stamped. However, the majority of my kits are all stamped cross stitch. I have a few which are stamped, which are counted. However, I have different patterns which I bought from Etsy and Heaven and Earth Designs, which I'll come I'll show you in the next coming videos. So those are the finishes that I have. However, I'm going to show you now would be the WIPS. And what I stitched on basically these 2 to 3 boxes. Not even. It's just 2 boxes now. I have just white and the teal blue, maybe, or minty blue. That's how I can call it. Let me try and show you exactly. That's basically what I stitched on. And it will be a gift for my sister. That's how I normally tend to buy my kits. If it's not a gift or something which I like to stitch on, or I would use at home, I would not buy. My next whip would be a Pokemon stitch. My niece is in love with Pokemon, addicted to Pokemon. My final project would be this one. However, I love stitching on this one, but the detail of the colors are not shown. They're very blurred. On the canvas are very blurred. And I'm going to show you where I've stitched, and you'll see a part of how it's blurred. So first I stitched, in the beginning when I bought this, I stitched on this part. Okay, you can see the blues there, and then I don't know if you can see, I stitched on the lightning part. You can't see it basically here, and this part, and the white. In order to show you better, I'm going to flip it around in order you can see where I stitched on. And you can see the ink passing through. In order to show you better, here you're supposed to find, like, you have to go very, 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 very close in order to see the detail of this detail of every symbol. From behind, it doesn't show that much on camera. However, when you see it, it's bleh. It's not that crisp. Okay. So basically, those are my WIPS. And my plans for this year are basically finishing those WIPs that I've showed you, and 2 more other projects, which are the Slytherin house. It's a jingle, okay. Okay, which it's a stamped kit. I'm into Harry Potter. I'm a Potterhead. And this Mona Lisa cottage, which I thought it's very nice to give it as a gift for my grandmother, which is also a stamped. These 2 I haven't started yet, but these are on my plans. So those are all my WIPs and plans. I have, apart from these, I have a luggage bag, a big luggage bag, and so like a 23 kilo luggage bag all filled with cross stitch kits, and a 10 kilo luggage bag half filled with cross stitch. So yes, I bought a lot. And also some patterns which I from Etsy and Heaven and Earth Designs, which I would love to stitch on. If you would like to see them, just give me a comment and I would see whether or not I would do them. Hope you liked my first Flosstube video. See you in the future, and that's all. Have a good day, have a good week, have a good night. See you next week.